for joining us here on Kababyan today. My name is G. Tanji. We have a caller. Her name is Maribeth to talk to our lawyers here about immigration. Maribeth, kamusta po?
Mabuti naman po. Magandang araw po.
Magandang araw. Ano po yung tanong nyo?
Ang tanong ko po, pumasok po ako rito 20 years ago with fixed name po, iba ang pangalan, pero may nagkaroon po ako ng anak na US citizen.
Okay.
Kung pwede po pa akong mag-apply sa Obama executive order, yun po ang tanong ko.
Okay, so she arrived 20 years ago. It seems like she does have a child that was born here in America. Does she qualify?
Well, it appears that from what she's saying, yes. I mean, she's been here obviously a long time. She has a child that's a U.S. citizen in the United States. As long as she does not have any other issues, such as criminal issues, which I'm assuming she doesn't have, and she can meet the residency requirements. A lot of that is just finding the proper documentation to show that you've been in the United States during that time. I think she would apply for those benefits and would be able to get a work authorization.
All right. Well,
and if I could just follow up on that. In her particular situation, she may be concerned, and lots of others may be concerned because of the use of the assumed name in entering the United States. And so in her situation and others like that, you do need to be cautious when you are preparing these applications, because even though they may look simple, the documentation may look simple, individuals do need to remember these are temporary visas, temporary status that they are going to be granted. In her particular situation, she has a U.S. citizen child, and most others will also have that U.S. citizen child, and eventually they'll qualify to apply for their green cards. And the information from their applications on the DAPA applications will be used to carry over when they do move forward with the green card applications. So there are issues for people who entered with an assumed names. You will likely be qualified for DAPA, but you need to keep the long-term consequences in mind when completing the application, and probably seek legal counsel, because those issues need to be addressed from the beginning, not on the back end.
All right.
And I would say I think there is a kind of, with people in this situation, that they don't necessarily want to be truthful, but I think what Allison is getting at is that you need to be truthful at this point so that you don't have long-term effects on an application which may grant you more benefits in the future. And we find that there's a push from paralegals and others to sort of falsify information on these kinds of applications, and that just creates more problems for you down the line. So the thing that you have to do now is get that consultation to let you know where you are, where you stand, and what will be your future.
That's right. Okay, so we have Maria on the line. Maria, kamusta po?
Mabuti naman po. Kamusta po kayo?
Okay naman. Ano po yung tanong ninyo para sa ating mga immigration lawyers na Aquino and Lowe?
Yeah, my question is, I came in 2002 as a tourist, and then I went to school. But then, unfortunately, due to financial problems, hindi ko po siya natapos.
So you did not finish your school, okay?
Yeah. And I just want to know kung kasama po ako dun sa Obama immigration.
Okay, do you have any children?
No, I don't.
Okay, so she's wondering if she qualifies. She arrived in 2009 as a tourist. And I can assume that you're out of status right now, Maria, tama ba?
Yeah, I think, well, one of the questions that still remains is whether when she came in, because she went to school, I don't know if she was younger than 16, because she may apply for DACA and may be eligible for DACA in that case. DAPA would require that you be a parent. And so if she's not a parent, that's just the threshold question. But if she came in before she was 16 and she was going to school and didn't finish, then she could be eligible for DACA if she goes back to school.
All right, we have Joe from San Bernardino calling in to ask his immigration questions. Joe, ano po yung tanong nyo?
Good afternoon, yes. I'm trying to find out, my wife has a green card. We applied this year, and we're due to go back. It's a 2-year conditional. Now, I'm trying to find out if we can expedite the whole situation and just go straight to citizenship, since she and I have been married since 2012.
Wouldn't it be nice? But no, you can't. Unfortunately, the process is that you do have to file an application to remove those conditions after 2 years, and you have to complete that process prior to getting your citizenship or applying for citizenship. Citizenship in your case would be 3 years after having gotten your conditional permanent residency. So you have to remove the conditions before you can go to citizenship. She's not qualified for citizenship now anyways because she hasn't been a permanent resident and married to a U.S. citizen for 3 years. So go through the process, finish that process, and then do citizenship afterwards.
All right. Okay, so as we were discussing on the show, the dates that are very important to note down, if you qualify for Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, DACA, please remember that the expanded program schedule is to start about February 18 of this year. And also for our expanded program, so yeah, it starts 2/18, and also the H-1B filing window is anticipated to be from 4/1/15 to 4/7/15, just such a small window.
It's a very small window, and that's why people, even though it's 3-4 months out, you need to be planning right now. Every single year, immigration, well, for the past few years, and then there was a blip where there was available H-1Bs. But in the past few years, immigration has run out of the H-1B visas. And so that's why the filing window starts on April 1. Once immigration receives the maximum number of allowable H-1B visas, they close out the filing window. Because before there were so many people who were submitting applications, it actually filled up on the first day, April 1. And immigration got overwhelmed. There was just way too many applications coming in on one day. And so what they did was that they designated the first 5 business days in April. And if the maximum number of visas are received during that period of time, they will close the filing window. And so the process for applying for an H-1B, there's a few things that have to be done before that application can actually be submitted. There's an application that has to be processed with Department of Labor. There are postings that have to be done at the intended work site. And so it does take usually at a minimum 2 weeks to put together. It's not something that can be done overnight.
That's right, because there's a lot of paperwork that needs to be filled out, right?
Precisely.
Okay, so please call us if you're watching Kababyan today. We're going to go on a break, but please give us a call at 1-800-553-5724. We're here to answer your immigration questions. We'll be right back.